I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
And welcome back to the channel. So this is the first video kicking off a series on component speaker testing. This is going to be our third video on this. We've done some different stuff in the past, and we've got a process we're going to do. We're going to introduce every speaker individually with an unboxing and kind of go through them. Then we're going to do some sound testing with them. I'm going to grade these speakers, and then we're going to do kind of a shootout on them, and we've got a bunch of criteria how we're going to rate these speakers. I've already got that all figured out. So without further ado, we're going to start with three-way component set from NVX, and let's open these bad boys up. All right. So the plot thickens. So we actually have another player in this. I'm going to call you. Some of you guys are going to comment on this. I'm going to call these middle of the road speakers kind of thing. I know some of you guys are going to say, oh, those are not. So anyways, we've got these NVX three-ways. So I want to do a little unboxing before we get to it. This video is probably going to be longer than we expected, but anyways, let's hop in here and check these things out. All right, first off, I must say that the packaging is quite nice on these things. I'm gonna say that you're paying a bit of money for these things. Retail on these things for the three-way setup is about $400. We got these from Sonic Electronix, and apparently NVX is kind of Sonic's house line stuff. So these are their top of the line NVX models, and these things, wow. These things are cool looking. Holy cow. Wow. So, got a carbon fiber cone. We've got a pretty heavy duty looking spider here, and a really nice cast aluminum basket. No neo magnet. These are a ferrite, which is just a standard fancy name for just a standard magnet that comes on everything. So these things look pretty cool. The tweeters are a 1-inch soft dome, and the only mounting option that they come with is a threaded collar. So you got to drill a hole, mount these in there. If you want to angle them, you're gonna have to come up with some sort of angle mount. These don't come with any mounts other than a hole with a retaining nut on it. I'm gonna say that these grills look super cool. These are really nice looking pieces here. And then the Achilles heel of all component speakers that I've been looking at lately are the crossovers, and these look pretty good. See if I can open these up. Oh, there we go. So these come as a two-way, and then you upgrade them to a three-way, and there's a switch inside here that enables the three-way crossover to work. And one thing that I like about these that I wish all the three-ways had is they have a tweeter attenuation of 0 and then -3 dB. And then they have a mid-range attenuation of 0, which is normal, and -3 dB, which is super cool. And so let's take a look at what we've got for the mid-ranges. And they also come in a really fancy looking box. Oop, there we go. So like I said, these are an add-on, and these are cool. So these look just like the 6.5s. I mean, these are a spitting image of the 6.5. Got a carbon fiber cone, a killer looking grill. It's got like a hexagon cut in it. They're not magnetic. Some of them are magnetic. These ones actually look like the grill screws mount through the deal.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't see any screws in here. That's kind of strange.
And one thing that kind of sucks is the 6.5s don't have a grill. If the 6.5s had a grill that looked like this, these would look really cool. So, and not a big logo on them because they're not really a popular, well-known brand. So, you know, I don't know, maybe not having that big of a logo on it is pretty cool. So anyways, we're going to throw these in the mix with the rest of the speakers that we've got to test the Illusion Audios against. And, you know, we're going to see, you know, how these are the budget set of the bunch. And, you know, we're going to see how they work out. I'm kind of excited. All right, we've got the NVX Component 3-ways installed in an open baffle. And before you guys really comment on an open baffle, do a little research. An open baffle is an appropriate way to do this. A rear deck speaker is not an infinite baffle enclosure, okay? An open baffle is going to be used to disperse the sound. One of the things that we've done in this test, I think makes a little bit of a difference, is I'm actually putting some dampening material behind the speaker to keep anything from reflecting back and around, also through the hole. So that should help. And, you know, I think this is a pretty legit way of doing a head-to-head comparison, because if the speakers sound good under these circumstances, they're going to sound pretty good under your, you know, when installed in your vehicle. So, you know, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to set this mic up here and everything so you guys can kind of get an idea. And I'm going to play some crappy duty-free music, and we're going to let these things go. And I do want to let you know, I did give the speakers a proper break-in. They've probably got an hour plus runtime, maybe hour and a half runtime on them. So without further ado, these are the NVX 3-way component speakers and some crappy duty-free music. Alright, we're going to start these off, and they're going to play them in full range. Okay, these are not crossed over, there is no subwoofer. Also, there is no EQ applied. I want you to notice that these speakers actually have some pretty good bass response on them. I really don't have to, even at full range, don't really catch any cone breakout. Alright, that's what the EQ applied to it. I think the EQ smooths them out. One of the things I need to point out is the crossovers on these have a attenuation for the tweeter as well as the mid-range. And I tell you what, that is really key, because you can basically, the woofer is a set level, and you can turn the tweeter up and down 3 dBs or this mid-range up and down 3 dBs. And I'm going to tell you, that is a great feature, and I think any 3-way component set should come that way. So how these things integrate with the subwoofer, I'm going to say they sound pretty good. So now they're crossed over, 80 hertz.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I'll blow up from the basement. Stay me, the top is so vacant. I'm in this shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, keep my way in to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now.
All right, a little teaser with some real music if we do it quick. All right, so I'm gonna give you my kind of just opinion on these things. Some of the specs on this thing is 175 watts RMS, and I don't know, it seems kind of high for a component set. But these things don't seem to be breaking up. They don't seem to be struggling with being turned up to volume. And I'm pretty impressed with these things. I was told that they're made in Germany. Okay, so I don't know. I believe that I was told that they were built in the same build house as some very high-end speakers, which makes sense. I mean, there's only so many factories that build speakers, whether it's China, or the United States or Germany or wherever. We actually have some speakers made in India, and we'll show those later. So I think these speakers fared really well. I'm gonna hold off on giving you the actual rating of these speakers until we test all of the speakers. Because I don't, otherwise you'd know who won before, and I want to, really pull them all together, and, probably likely in the final video, we'll A/B these speakers, and kind of go over this stuff. So, let me know what you guys think. So far, my opinion of these NVX speakers I think they're pretty good. And I think for the $409 that they cost, look like they're a pretty good value so far. So pretty happy with them. So, hey, we're gonna come at you here in probably another 4 or 5 days with another video on another one of these speakers back here. We'll go through and do another unboxing and everything. But hey, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. And leave comments, and I appreciate it, hearing some of these things, but I know this isn't probably the most scientific method of doing this stuff, but short of bringing in a vehicle and installing and uninstalling speakers, I think this is a pretty good bet. This is pretty similar to what back in the day, your local stereo shop would have had something like this. And I have talked to a lot of the manufacturers, and this is an appropriate way to mount these things. So your trunk with 30 something cubic feet of airspace is not an enclosure, and the rear deck they're mounted in, it's not an infinite baffle. So running these open baffle is suitable for these speakers. They are fine doing it, and none of the ones that we've ever tested have really had very much trouble. So of course, at the low range, maybe they would pick up some output, and probably less cone breakup. But anyways, enough said. So anyways, watch for the next video.